It's been so many years, and there he was at the concert, and he looked the same way he always looked. And then he looked at me the same way he always looked. And then his arm was around me, and we walked the same way we always talked. And I fell into his arms, and we fell into the bed.
7QYG9.
It was just the same, like it had always been, and I loved him like I always loved him. It'd been years, and one by one my clothing fell off, and little by little he entered me.
Number 7QYG9.
And it never occurred to me that he'd been with someone else, and it had been years, and then we were right there again, and we lived together again, and we loved each other again, and I forgot all the years apart.
Number QYG9.
And we were together, and then I started making bacalao from scratch, and I got a call from Carol, and I said, oh, just come over, I'm making some bacalao. And I said, come over, we'll have it just for ourselves, it'll be just us girls. And we started giggling, and I said this was going to be fun. And so Carol came in in all her Ashanti robes and her braids.
And her cowrie shells.
Oh my God, you look so good.
So do you.
Well, DJ's got me so happy, I just don't know what to do with myself.
And Carol said, I don't know why you're so happy. I saw DJ and Tito hanging out together in front of that bar over on Lexington looking more than friendly.
And I said, what?
You heard what I said. They were together, looking more than friendly.
Oh, don't be silly. That's a gay bar, and I don't like faggots. I have to get on him for calling gay people terrible names. And he wasn't there unless he was trying to get Tito out of there. He certainly wasn't there for himself. And Carol looked at me with a smirk. And I said, you said, you just mind your house. Mind your house and let me tend to mine because there's nothing wrong here.
And so Carol said after a while, you know you really need to get tested.
Tested for what?
She said,
AIDS. I said, what in the hell would I get tested for? DJ and I have been together forever.
And she said, no, you've been together for a year. You were separated forever.
Carol, he has been faithful to me for years. Girl, you tripping. I know you're not suggestions on the DL. Okay, I'm gonna get checked, and then I don't want to hear any of this from you again.
After the tone of the lunch had changed, we took the train to St. Vincent's, and the line was long. We got the blood drawn. They said it'd be about 2 weeks before I'd hear anything.
And I knew I wasn't going to hear anything, so I just went home and waited for him to come home, and we had a lovely afternoon and finished off the bacalao. And finished off me. And we had a lovely afternoon. I can't talk about this anymore because I don't have any more energy to talk about that. And then I got a telephone call, and it was for
Number 7QYG9. Number 7QYG9. Number 7QYG9.
And I said, I think that's me, but I'm not sick.
And I said, I'm that number, but you don't really want to see me. There's nothing wrong with me. And they said, let me check your number.
So they checked my number and they said,
you tested positive for HIV.
and I thought,
I was going to faint.
how am I going to be positive for AIDS? I don't take drugs. How am I going to die?
She said, oh no, you're not going to die. You're going to have live a full and vigorous life. You just have to stay on your meds.
I said,
oh, okay.
so I went home and waited for DJ.
But he was already there fixing chicken curry. Oh, I'm making you chicken curry.
And I said, I went to the hospital and tested positive.
Tested positive?
Positive.
Positive?
I tested positive for AIDS.
What do you mean you tested positive for AIDS? I don't have no goddamn AIDS. What are you saying to me? That I'm a fucking faggot? I didn't give you no goddamn AIDS. What you talking about? Who have you been sleeping with? That's what I want to know. Did you give it to me?
And I said, I gotta believe this test. I gotta go start treatment on Friday.
Fuck that hospital. Get tested again.
And I said, why don't you come with me and prove to me that you did not do anything David to me?
I ain't going to no goddamn hospital. You go by yourself and get your so-called treatment. And I ain't been with no fucking faggot.
And then there was silence.
And his eyes became slits of molten brown.
And I saw his left hand plunge into something that was dangerous. And I fell out on the floor. I don't know what happened. I was out, and when I started to wake up, I rubbed the blood streaming down from my eye, and I said, and I smelled burning curry. I pulled myself up off the stove, and I turned the curry off.
And then she looked around, and none of his things were there.
His clothes weren't there, his trinkets weren't there.
His books weren't there.
Everything about him wasn't there.
And she was positive.
And not positive at all. It's not that I don't love him, it's not that I never loved him, it's just that it had been so many years.
Just so you know, that piece is divided between all of the 7 women.